everyone, good afternoon, and welcome back to Thorough Newspaper Analysis. Today is 9th of June, and this entire video series is brought to you by LawSikho. Now let's head to the agenda. For the editorial segment, this is the article which is titled as Talk and Listen. Here we talk about the recent development in the wrestlers' protest matter. We have a look at the author's submission that had the government acted swiftly, the situation would not have aggravated to the extent that it currently has. Second is the news update segment. And thirdly, we have a look at important legal developments of the day. So with this, let's dive into the TNA. And the first point of discussion would be this article of Talk and Listen. In this article, we broadly touch upon three aspects. First is the belated action of the government. Secondly, how it is very difficult for the survivors to time and again revisit their trauma, the harassment tales before different establishments. And thirdly, we have a look at how it is very important for the government to ensure that the faith of these protesters it is reposed in the justice delivery system of our country. So let's start with the why of this article first. See, after nearly 45 days of protesting in the second phase of this protest, the wrestlers who were essentially demanding action against the president of the Wrestling Federation of India, Brij Bhushan Charan Singh, they've now called off their protest after a 6-hour meeting with the Sports Minister Anurag Thakur. In this meeting, the sports minister reassured that a charge sheet against Singh it is going to be filed by 15th of June. Now, the bigger question that emerges here is, could the government have lent a sympathetic ear sooner? See, the author is trying to advance a case for the fact that had the government acted swiftly, the entire nation would not have witnessed the episode of 28th May. What happened on 28th May was this. The protesters, Vinesh Fogart, Sakshi Malik, Sangeeta Fogart, and Bajrang Punia, they were marching towards the new parliamentary building, and while doing so, they were dragged on the streets and detained by strict action of the police. Following this, they were aggrieved by this stance that was taken by the law enforcement agencies, and they went to Haridwar in order to immerse their medals in Ganga. However, they decided to revoke this decision at the very end moment. So the media, it therefore witnessed how the wrestlers had almost decided to throw their medals in Ganga, and therefore the author is saying that a sympathetic ear by the government at the very initial stage, it would have saved the entire country of this particular episode. Secondly, see, there was this article that was written in the Indian Express itself by one of the protesters, Vinesh Fogart, wherein she stated that it is not easy for the victims, the survivors, to time and again repeat the harrowing experience of being unappropriately touched, of being stalked and intimidated, because they had to time and again retell their story before the committees, the oversight committee that was formed after the first phase of the protest, and the Indian Olympic Association committee, the police, a magistrate. And she brings home a very important point, which is that the complainants, they are none other than the sports persons who rose from the grassroots India, who have collected all their strength into building a career, and it is not very easy for them to seek police action against a powerful person, because they are running here a very huge risk of their careers being put at jeopardy. And here we need to understand the third aspect which the author has highlighted, and that is that in the first phase, what happened? The protest started on 18th of January, and thereafter it was halted after the government gave them assurance that an oversight committee has been framed and the committee is going to look into your grievances. The committee submitted its report. However, the government did not make the report public. So this sort of came as a very disturbing fact for the protesters, because they had faith in the justice delivery system, and it was kind of shook by the non-publishment of the report. So here, when the protest has now been recalled or put to halt for the second time, it is important that the government ensures the fact that the course of law is taken place and law takes its course, and the faith of the justice system, the faith in the justice system of these protesters, it is not revoked. So with this, we dive into the next segment for today. And now we proceed to the national news category for today. Sustainable green Airports Mission, which is a publication on the initiatives taken by the Airports Authority of India on sustainability. It was recently launched by the Union Minister of Civil Aviation on the occasion of World Environment Day. This booklet, it highlights the various initiatives that have been taken by the Airports Authority on sustainability and becoming carbon neutral. This is in line with the Panch Amrit goals that were declared by the Honorable Prime Minister of India at the 26th edition of Conference of Parties. Sequoia India, it has renamed itself as Peak XV Partners. This entire rebranding exercise, this has happened after Sequoia Capital, US and Europe, China, India and Southeast Asia, they've decided to become independent firms with distinct brands. Now we proceed to an update in the sports category for today. This is the overall performance of India at the 2023 Asian Under-20 Athletics Championships. India's Shivam Lahakre, he has won the silver medal in javelin throw. This is with a throw of 72.34 meter at the Asian Under-20 Athletics Championship, which was held in South Korea. Apart from him, Siddharth Chaudhary has bagged a gold medal. This is in the men's shot put category. In the 800-meter event, India's Shakil has won bronze medal. India has won 6 gold medals in total, 7 silver medals with a total tally of 19 medals, and was placed third in the overall category. The Minister of State for Chemicals and Fertilizers, he has released the 5th State Food Safety Index. At an event, Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya, he unveiled the 5th State Food Safety Index, which evaluates the performance of states and union territories across 6 different aspects of food security. Launched in 2018 to 2019, this index, it essentially aims to foster healthy competition and to catalyze positive change in food safety ecosystem throughout the country, thereby ultimately ensuring the provision of safe and wholesome food to all residents. Next update is from the state of UP. The government of UP, it has launched Nand Baba Milk Mission scheme. In a bid to make UP a leading state in the field of milk development and milk production, the state government has launched this particular scheme at a cost of 1,000 crore rupees. This mission or scheme, this was launched on Tuesday. It has been implemented to provide milk producers the facility of selling their milk at a reasonable price in villages through dairy cooperative societies. And this has brought us to the international segment A. New York is the costliest city in the world for expats in 2023 owing to the soaring inflation. Expats essentially are those people who have migrated to a country which is different from the country of their origin. So the other countries on this particular list would be London, Geneva, Hong Kong, Singapore, San Francisco, Seoul, Tokyo. They made it to the top 10 costliest cities to live in the entire world. Dubai has witnessed a rise in real estate rent prices and now ranks 12th according to the Employment Conditions Abroad International Cost of Living ranking for the year 2023. Ukraine has claimed that Russia blew up a strategically important dam and a hydroelectric power plant in Kharkov region of southern Ukraine, which is now controlled by Russia. The Ukrainian officials, they've warned that the breaking of the dam, it could begin about an ecological disaster which may trigger massive flood in the region. And this brings us to the last segment for today, which is the segment of legal news. The Bombay High Court has upheld the validity of Section 13, subsection 8, clause B, and Section 8, subsection 2, which deals with the place of supply under the Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act of 2017. The bench has observed that the provisions of Section 13, subsection 8, clause B, and Section 8, subsection 2 of the IGST Act, they are legal, they are valid, and constitutional, provided that the provisions of Section 13, subsection 8, clause B, and Section 8, subsection 2, they are confined to their operation to the provisions of the IGST only, and they cannot be made applicable for the levy of taxes under the Central Goods Service Tax and the MGST Acts. The name of this particular matter is Dharmendra Jani versus Union of India. So with this, we've come to an end for the TNA. In case you want to get access to the free study materials and the TNA slides that have been used in this video, please feel free to join our Telegram channel. For the very same purpose, you may scan the barcode here or you may click on the link which is provided in the description. These are the point of contacts in case you want to get in touch with LawSikho. Thank you for being with us.